Phil Valentine. It's just common sense.
Well, we got a couple of guests. One of these gentlemen I don't know very well. I have had lunch with him. The other one I go back 20 years or more with. Jonathan Bradford is an artist. I mean a musical artist. But he's also got a project out with Bill Cuomo. Now, Bill Cuomo is somebody that I've known for a long time. And matter of fact, you probably know him and don't know it. Johnny's going to play you. These are just a sampling of some intros that Bill Cuomo was responsible for. See if you recognize any of these tunes. Sounds familiar. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I heard that one. Yeah. Played it about 300,000 times on the radio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, this one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was known as the intro king in L.A. for many years back in the 80s. Bill Cuomo was here with us as well as Jonathan.
Right,
Gentlemen, how are you?
Fine.
We're good.
Fine. Glad to be here.
The reason you're here is not because you did Betty Davis Eyes or because you did all these other wonderful songs. It's because you got a new project out. And I don't know whether you saw my posting on Facebook today because I'm calling it a novistool. It's a nova that's a musical.
Wow, that's clever.
Or novical, I think is what I call it.
The ironic
Novical,
part being the two guys that don't really like musicals write a musical.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But when you told me about this is around Christmas, you told me we were doing this, and you sent me a little sampling of it. I said, this is brilliant stuff.
Oh, cool. Thank you. It's uncharted territory for us.
It is.
It's different.
So this is really a novel that is, it's got music in between.
Yes. Yeah, it has a lot of underscoring, but then we break for songs that are not radio record length, but they're maybe a minute and a half, couple minutes in between the dialogue. So there's a break, and if there's a particular scene that warrants it, that's where it went.
And it brings all of this together, brings the story together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So did you bring this to Bill, Jonathan?
That is correct.
Okay.
I was writing it just to amuse myself. I wanted to basically see if I could make a long song.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make this thing rhyme? How long can I make this thing rhyme?
Right.
And then, I got it all finished, and I said, there's only two people I know that wouldn't throw me out. And one is Bill Cuomo, because he's always on the forefront of unconventional.
Right.
So if he would buy it, I knew it was gold. And so I took it to him, and he was like, I'm going to sign on to this thing. Let's do it. And,
wow.
And that's how it started.
How long ago was that?
2 years.
Really?
A little over
That
2 years
long?
ago. Yeah, because he brought me, I joke about it now, he brought me a book. And it was all short rhyme, written like a song lyric. And I said, well, if we're going to do this, let's stretch the lyric out so the rhymes aren't quite so obvious.
Right.
And so we started doing that and rewriting that thing. And then we went back and rewrote again. And then we had to make sure, you're a novelist, so you know this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be careful there's no hanging, unanswered questions,
Right.
or everything is consistent. So we'd go over and over, and that took the bulk.
Yeah,
the music was
that's
a breeze.
tough. Yeah, you guys do me. Well, tell us about your background, Jonathan, in music, because you got a new CD out too called The Forgotten Ones.
Yeah, The Forgotten Ones is actually on the charts right now on Airplay Radio. It's at 22 on the charts.
Oh, good, excellent.
It's real music. It's stuff that harkens back to like Sting, Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, a little bit Maroon 5, but it's more nostalgic. And so I met Bill 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Because he really enjoyed what I was about. I was always about the art. I think being a student of music, you always have to put yourself in a position of not knowing how to get out of the corner.
Right.
I like to challenge myself in that way, and so that's why him and I have that chemistry.
We started writing. As a matter of fact, we dug up a couple things and listened to how we got started, and how the songs were. And I went back and listened to a couple of them, and I went, wow, these were really good. We should do something with them. And one of them we had that had drums and everything on it. We loved the lyric, but it wasn't right for the story. So we went back, and I scored it with strings, and I just lifted Jonathan's vocals, as you know, you can do with a computer, and we just slid them into this new background, and it worked out great.
And this is called, by the way, we have the Shipwrecked Souls is the name of the book.
Yeah, and we have a website, of course. You know.
A pirate tale.
Yeah.
So is this on Audible and places like this?
It's everywhere.
That's
We worked
good.
really hard. We were distributed through Google.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got on every audiobook retailer. And that took a while, as you know, because you're on Audible. And,
Yeah, they got to approve it and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. And
Yeah, it takes a while.
The hard part for us was we have a written one. We had to go through Kindle first because Amazon won't take it if you don't have a print version. So you
Right.
have to have the ebook. But the ebook really, it's a musical, so it doesn't work like it does as an Audible. You know, so
But you had to do that to get
had
on
to
the-
do it, you know. So I had to get the Kindle program and then write the whole thing out to make sure there weren't any weird words or paragraphs or things, you know, so
Right.
everything looked neat. That was a process. That took me about 5 days.
That's fun, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's fun, huh?
Well, let me play. And I guess the Seafaring Men, that's you. Right,
That's
Johnny?
correct, yeah.
Okay, Johnny, if you can grab the Seafaring Men cut, that's on the one that were those other three cuts were that we just played Bill's intros. And this is just to see. So you're going along. We'll let you hear some of the narration too, because this Aussie guy's fantastic.
David
Yeah,
Drake,
isn't he?
he's
But this
fantastic.
is Jonathan in part of the musical interlude of this. Takes a second to get going.
And silence creeps in, left all alone, all alone. The seafaring men living the life once again. The seafaring men in what they defend.
Now, on the other email I sent you, Johnny, grab the narrator, because this guy, so you got to imagine that this is going along as an audiobook, and this guy, who sounds like a seafaring man,
He is. He's Crocodile Dundee of the ocean.
Yeah,
He's
this
Indiana.
guy's-
He's
this-
Indiana Jones.
he's sailed around the world, this guy
Yes.
has, literally,
And
on a
surfed a
sailboat.
tsunami in a boat.
And this guy's, what's his name, David?
Yep, David Fiddler.
David Fiddler. Here's how this goes.
He realized his plan to escape had vanished with his ship, along with the love of his life that wanted freedom from his chauvinistic grip. Suddenly he heard,
"And wherein you might think you be going, lad? For this port has eyes all about, and me bucko, it be ironclad."
Captain Peck realized within a moment of that stare that Edward knew that he was indeed trifling in his affairs.
"Blimey, ye best know, Culver, that nothing gets by me, boy, 'cause I slain a many a man like you, even at their employ. You dare to lie to me face, then to the gallows let it be. But that not be you today, as I have better plans for thee."
And so to the clink he went, as he was drug off in plain view, all the while being tormented as to what was in store for himself and his crew.
I am Blackbeard. Don't ever lie to me, 'cause in me kingdom, all me eyes can see I be a fair man. Honest to me would, but if you cross me, your voice no longer be heard.
See, I just thought this whole idea was just fantastic, because here you got a narrator that's got great pipes to start with, but
man.
he's also telling the story of the Shipwrecked Souls.
Yeah.
And then the music comes in like a musical, and then he goes back to the story, and it's just a
It's
great
just
way to
woven
tell.
in and out. You know?
Oh yeah, because
and-
most people are listening to audiobooks, including mine, and then after a while you're going, oh, okay, where was I? I think I fell asleep there. So this keeps you going, keeps you engaged between
You'll,
the narration and the music.
You'll have to go to our website, Phil, when you have a minute, which I, if you're going to have a minute, you're a busy guy. But we did a teaser. We did 4 teasers. And the
Right.
4th teaser was a sarcastic ploy at audiobooks.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, okay. You know, where we were just going, you know, they, not only do they just have narration with nothing else, but then they remove all the breathing
Right.
and everything. So it sounds like you're being narrated to by a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going, man, this has got to be better. Because I'm a huge audiobook fan.
Yeah.
When Vanessa and I take drives, we're, glued to the audiobooks. And boy, now that they're unabridged, 12 hours of just that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a good sleeper.
Well, but this, I mean, you got you not only that, but you put sound effects under everything too. That had to have taken forever.
Oh yeah, and then
It did.
and we think a lot alike. I have 2 psychology graduates that are crazy, and so we'd listen to stuff, and I'd say something, and he'd be saying the same thing. We got to go back. That door slam doesn't sound right,
Right.
or the fall down the stairs doesn't sound lifelike, or whatever it was. When you played Seafaring Men, that was the first song that we put in the dialogue in chapter 1. That was the first one, and we went, this is going to work.
Yeah.
So then we started thinking, where the next one's going to go, and who's going to sing it. Well, Jonathan being a great vocalist, it was great, but we needed a female vocalist.
We're going to play her in just a second.
Yeah,
And I want you to tell me about her.
Yeah, Mo Loughran runs Nashville Creative House, and she before she was a mom, she had a band, and you remember the American Music Awards?
Mm-hmm.
She won them.
Oh, really?
I think around 2004, she won Best Alternative Act.
Wow.
So I mean, she can sing.
Well, we're going to play that for you in just a second. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back in a moment. We're talking with Bill Cuomo and Jonathan Bradford. It's called Shipwrecked Souls. The Shipwrecked Souls. And you can find it audiobook, Audible, Amazon,
Kobo,
wherever you find books and musicals.
Yeah.
615-737-9986. We're back with more right after this. So we're in studio with Bill Cuomo and Jonathan Bradford, and the Shipwrecked Souls is their project. It's just think of it as it's an audio book with music, I guess.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
A novical, I believe is what I call it.
Yes.
So I think I've coined the term. So I'm looking at Bill Cuomo's all access or all music page. I mean, you've worked with Whitesnake, of course. We heard talking about that. I mean, everybody. Rick Springfield, Seals and Croft, Kim Carnes, of course, as we heard then. You worked with Little River Band, Tanya Tucker, Janice Ian, Natalie Cole, Engelbert Humperdinck, James Taylor. You've been on his records. Is anybody you have Dolly Parton? Anybody you haven't been on a record?
Yeah.
Trace Atkins. You've been on Trace Atkins.
I played on his first record. I came because I came to town here. All my friends were moving here.
Mm-hmm.
Came here in '89, and so I started doing country records till about the mid '90s, and then I fired myself.
Yeah. Not going to do country records.
Nah, I didn't think I was doing it justice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because you're not a big country music fan.
No, and you can't fake art.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough. I still, that era of 70s and 80s is, in the brain, and that's where I go now.
And the old Sherry thing, which you were a co-writer on then.
Yeah.
And did the intro, and which has become so distinctive.
Jonathan and I were talking about Unconventional, and that was the tie-in with him in the sense that the records that I had my success with were apart from the normal.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever did a tune where they started the intro, they had the song, and then the suite closed the song like an O Sherry.
Right.
Betty Davis Eyes was tracked with a synthesizer, which in 1981 was not done.
I remember when that thing came out. It was so innovative.
Yeah, and then there was no solo.
Mm-hmm.
There was just the riff. And
right.
And the record execs are screaming, pulling out their hair, going, got to put a guitar solo in there.
Yeah, we ain't got one.
No, yeah. Yeah, we got a solo already. Go away. And then Kim Carnes, I did a record with her, her first big hit for Smokey Robinson's song. And that was...
Being With You?
More Love.
More Love, okay.
More Love, right. And we had the song all in the can. The producer comes up and says, hey, give me a classical intro. And I said, well, we have an intro. He goes, no, I want an intro in front of the intro. So I did this, the song's already cut. I did this 30-second classical thing off the top of my head. And I thought, oh no, we're doomed now.
I remember that.
Yeah, and the disc jockeys loved it.
I loved it.
They would talk right up until the drums fill in the front.
Oh yeah. It made you feel so erudite.
Well, that's it. They had the classical chamber behind them while they talk and announce the artist.
Well, tell me about it, because we only got about a minute and a half left. This woman we're going to play Fade Away. She's the vocalist on
Mo,
this.
yeah.
Let's play that, Johnny, and then you'll tell us who this woman is, because she's fantastic.
Yeah.
The time cannot be promised, it can only be taken away. I thought that love was black and white, but now it's shades of gray. My light, my love, my heart, my soul, I could never ask for more. You're the one I really adore, so why am I the one who's all alone? I can see you, I can feel you,
Who is this woman?
Who is
I love
this
her.
woman? I know, isn't she great? Mo Lochran.
Okay.
Hi, Mo.
Hi, Mo.
She's listening right now.
Yeah, I hope she is. But she's an
She's a
amazing
dream.
singer. Yeah.
She's a dream.
Well, this and this is out everywhere. Just Shipwrecked Souls.
Yes, sir. Everywhere. It's at the shipwreckedsouls.com. You can go there. You can buy it there. You can subscribe to our podcasts. We're following Uncle Phil.
There you go.
I was impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
I thought Cameron was you.
Yes,
I want you to,
so did I.
I was amazed at how much he sounds like
Cameron
you.
and I sound just,
You do.
They say we sound just alike.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
and,
just a new and improved me.
Oh,
Bill Cuomo and Jonathan Bradford. It's the Shipwrecked Souls. You can find it at the shipwreckedsouls.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Phil.
you so
Thanks
much,
for
Phil.
having us in.
Appreciate it.